The phone was still ringing when I picked it up, not out of urgency, out of curiosity. 71 missed calls already blinked on the screen. 72 now. I let it ring once more. Twice, 3 times. Then I answered. Silence. Not the empty kind. The heavy kind. The kind that carries shame through the wire. I saw the photos. Her voice cracked on the last word. I leaned back in the leather chair, staring at the glass wall in front of me. Snow slid quietly down the mountains outside my villa. Slow and indifferent, like time had decided to mock her too. Good, I said. Nothing more. Because anything more would have been mercy. You never told me, she whispered. I almost smiled. 23 years. 23 years of being told I was nothing special. And now she was surprised I had become something she couldn't reach. You never asked. Another silence. But this one broke. Please, just listen. I ended the call. The phone vibrated again instantly. Desperation has a sound. It's not loud. It's repetitive. Pathetic. I placed the phone face down. Let her call. Let her imagine me walking across marble floors she'd never touch again. Let her picture the man she buried, standing somewhere far above her now. Because she didn't kill me, she just made sure I stopped being the man she knew. It started with something small. It always does. A sentence. You're not special. She didn't even say it with anger. That's what made it worse. Just truth, or at least her truth. 23 years of marriage reduced to a quiet dismissal over dinner. No fight, no raised voice. Just a tired sigh and a look that stripped me down to something replaceable. I remember nodding. Like I agreed. Maybe I did. But then the details began to rearrange themselves in my mind. Late nights. Phone turned face down. Messages she'd read, but never replied to in front of me. A pattern. I didn't accuse her. That would have been emotional. And emotions. Cloud strategy. Instead, I watched. She started dressing differently. Not for me. That was obvious. Perfume I'd never bought her. Laughter that didn't belong in our house. And the worst part? She wasn't even hiding it well. Because in her mind, I wasn't worth hiding things from anymore. That's when I realized something. She had already left. Her body just hadn't followed yet. I didn't confront her. Not yet. Instead, I disappeared quietly. While still being present, I became predictable, routine, safe, the kind of man no one questions. While I questioned everything, phone records first. Easy. Too easy. One number repeated like a heartbeat. Late nights. Early mornings. Weekends. Consistency is the biggest mistake liars make. Then came the location tracking. She didn't know I had access. Why would she? Again, not special. The same address. Over and over. A house I'd never been to, but I knew its layout within days. I watched. From a distance. Once. Twice. 3 times. The third time, I saw him. Younger, of course. They always are. She laughed differently with him. Lighter. Like the version of herself she stopped being with me. Had been waiting somewhere else. I felt something then. Not rage. Disappointment. Because it confirmed what I already knew. She didn't betray me in that moment. She had been betraying me for years. I just hadn't noticed when it still mattered. So I kept watching. Kept collecting. Messages. Photos. Patterns. Evidence isn't for proving truth to others. It's for removing doubt from yourself. And when I was done, there was no doubt left. I didn't ask her if she was cheating. I already knew. Instead, I waited for the right moment. It came quietly, like everything else. Dinner again. Same table, same silence. She was scrolling her phone, smiling slightly, not at me. I placed the folder in front of her. She looked at it. Confused. Open it. 2 words. Flat. Controlled. She hesitated. Then she did. Photos first. Her smile disappeared. Then the records. Then the timestamps. By the end, her hands were shaking. This isn't what you think. I raised a hand. Not to stop her. To measure her. Because I wanted to see how far she'd go. How long? I asked. A simple question. She didn't answer. That was answer enough. Tears came next. Of course they did. Not for me. For herself. For being caught. I was going to tell you. No, she wasn't. We both knew that. I stood up. Slowly. She looked up at me like I was still her husband. I wasn't. Not anymore. Divorce was easy. Emotion makes things complicated. I had none left. She took what she thought mattered. House, money, status. I let her. Because she never understood value. She married him months later. The younger man. The exciting one. The one who made her feel special. I watched from a distance. Not out of obsession, out of patience. Because patterns don't change, people don't either. And eventually, he did the same thing. Late nights, phone turned face down, different perfume. History repeating itself. Only this time, she was on the other side of it. That's when I sent the photos. My villa, the mountains, the life she thought I'd never have. No message. Just proof. Then I waited. 71 calls later, I finally understood something. Revenge isn't about destroying someone. It's about letting them fully understand what they lost and why they'll never get it back. The snow kept falling, soft, unbothered, like everything that happened beneath it meant nothing. Maybe it didn't. I walked through the house slowly. Silence followed me. But it wasn't empty anymore. It was earned. She thought I was nothing special. Maybe I was. Back then. But people don't stay the same after they die. And she did kill me. Just not in the way she expected. I became someone she couldn't recognize. Someone she couldn't reach. Someone who no longer needed to be seen. My phone buzzed again. I didn't pick it up. I never would, because the man who used to answer is gone.